Welcome back to Simply Blitz. I hope you guys enjoy this video. It's a crazy fairy look, or at least my take on a blue fairy. I have so much glitter on my face that I'm sure that my shower is going to get clogged. Just saying. Yeah, I did lots of fun, just glittery, sparkly things that I would assume a fairy would have. I'm a fairy who lost her wings. Unfortunately, I don't have any wings, but if you do, then hello, this would totally go well with those sparkly wings, just saying. You like my butterfly and my goofy curly red hair? So let's get started with this crazy fairy makeup look. Woo, 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 woo. To start out, I'm going to take this sponge and some white face paint, and I'm going to lighten my complexion.
And I'm bringing the face paint down to my neck and décolletage, and then over the top of that I'm using this white powder, which will lock in the paint underneath, and then using a brush to kind of stipple it into place and to brush off any of the excess. Now I'm using a glue stick to push down my brow hairs, and then I'm combing them upward to give them more of a wild, crazy looking appearance.
Now the goal is not to remove the eyebrows entirely, it's just to lighten them up so that they're faint and you can't really see them, but they're still there and they still emulate real hair, and they're a little bit wild. And then I'm putting a powder over the top just to kind of blend them in. I wanted them to be brushed upward like so with the texture. Now I'm going to take a white eyeliner and just kind of carve out some sections of my face, and then just kind of swoop up like so. And I'm going to color in my waterline, and then kind of rub into the bottom lashes as well. With the white base cream color, this is the Maybelline Color Tattoo in Too Cool, and I'll apply that onto the lid, and I'm going to bring it all the way up to the brows and into the space above, all the way up to this line, into this inner corner and underneath.
The next thing I'm going to do is feather on this dark blue eyeliner onto the top of the outline that I made. I'm going to feather this all the way inward, and then using a sponge tip applicator to blend this into the white. The two colors are going to blend together in a nice gradient effect and give it a little bit of dimension overall. Now I'm going to take a lighter blue pencil and color in underneath the darker blue, and I'm going to just softly blend these two colors together as well with that same sponge tip applicator. Over the top, I'm just going to add a few more lines of that dark blue just to add in a little bit more contrast and blend it in where I see fit. To the eyelids, I'm going to add a shimmering silver color to the lid, and then to the outer corner of the eye, I'm going to take this dark blue color. One thing I would recommend is to use a synthetic fiber brush instead of a natural fiber, because it tends to lift the colors. You can see here I made the mistake of using the wrong type of brush. I then used my finger to blend it in together, and then added a little bit of this slate purple color into the crease to blend it all together to create a smoky halo around the eyes. Applied a little bit more of that shimmery silver to the top of the lid again, just to add in the color that was removed before. Now taking a black eyeliner, creating a long winged line look, and also bringing that liner to underneath the bottom lash lines to connect it, and then bringing that into the inner tear duct as well. Now I'm using a silver liner and just placing that on the top for a little additional sparkle. Going back in with that liquid liner, I'm just going to trace along the edge of this blue mask look and adding a little bit of brush strokes to emulate hairs and other textures into the mask. I like how they kind of remind me of butterfly wings. To soften them up a little bit, I took that same sponge tip, softly blended that in. Now with that same black liner, I'm going to start adding in some of the detail work around the eyes, creating little swirls and little curly cues and such. Then I'm going to add a few more strokes of black around the mask and the bridge of my nose, just to create some additional interesting details. Then I'm going to add some blue face paint to the top here, just to add a little bit of blue, using a sponge to do that. Softening them and blending them in together with the sponge tip applicator. I'm going to add a little bit of black back into this, just to add a defined line in between, and then again smudging that out using that same sponge tip applicator. They are very handy in things like this. I'm going to take the black eyeliner and just make little brush strokes against my natural eyebrows to create a little bit more dimension, and again softly blending that out with that sponge tip applicator. Now to apply the headpiece, I'm using an old earring for this and gluing that on with some clear lash glue. Now I'm going to use some of that same purple slate color to contour my cheekbones and create a little bit more a hollowed look on my cheeks. I'm going to add some sparkles to my brows, just to add fun sparkly stuff, because hello, fairies are sparkly, right? Blend that across the blue for cohesiveness and into my hairline a little bit there as well. Now I'm going to apply some mascara. I'm using a blue mascara from NYX. Love this color. And then applying some sparkly false lashes, as you can see here. Sparkle, sparkle. To create some additional shadows, I'm using this bright blue eyeshadow over the curly cues on my face and blending it underneath my lash line. Now I'm taking this silver eyeshadow and just applying it on top of the black. This is to create a little bit of highlight against the blue shadows underneath. It will make them appear a little bit more 3D. I'm going to apply a little bit more glitter to my lashes, because let's just face it, no glitter is enough. And then applying glitter clusters to the end of the curly cues to create some sparkles and blending it towards my hairline. I use my finger to apply a little bit more glitter to concentrate it around those areas, and then added some blue gemstones in a pattern around those curly cues, just to add some fun pops of color. I added some silver cream glitter to the tops of those metal pieces, and then added some glitter on top of that, just to add some cohesiveness to the overall look and make it appear more sparkly. Then applied the glitter to the bridge of my nose. Added some more gemstones, added some more details and such to the remainder of my face. I added a little bit more blue eyeshadow to the lash line and around the glitter clusters on my cheeks. Then added some of this dark blue into the contour line of my cheekbones. To create a blue ombre lip, I'm using a light blue liner in the center, and then taking the dark blue liner and layering that over the top in the middle center of my lips, and then using a brush to blend it out towards the edges of my lips. Then I'm going to use a dark gel liner and apply that a little bit over the top, and then using it to define the edges of my lips. And to add some highlight, I'm using that same shimmery silver color cream from before, applying that to my cupid's bow and to the center of my bottom lip to add some light. For some additional shine, I'm going to use this lid lacquer on the center of my lid, also onto the center of my lip, just for a little extra something something. Now for glitter extravaganza, glittering up my hair using this random glitter spray. And then for additional details on my décolletage and chest, I added the white face paint and then drew some lines using a dark blue liner and blended them in using a sponge, and then of course adding some more glitter and details to that area.
I love my sparkly hair. Look at that sparkle. And it's gonna be so much fun to clean up.
At this point I felt like something was missing, so I went in and added a few more black lines to the mask area just for some additional details and define my brows just a little bit more.
There we go. Final details. I love you guys, and as always, stay electric. Bye!
I hope you guys enjoy this video. Stay sparkly, stay glittery, stay electric.